Again and once again, relating to psychoanalysis, if you have been seeking for and searching for proof to justify some theories written by so many scientists, if you want to go straight to the point, if you want to get down to the brass tack, one thing that you have to consider is the experiment achieved by the Russian physician Ivan Pavlov at the beginning of the last century. It was a very amazing and remarkable experiment because he proved that conditioning and training a dog, by making the dog true, as he heard the ring of the bell, was really say stunning and fascinating to see that not the meat, the trough, but the sound of the ringing bell making the dog drool, salivating. Maybe we tended to think that it was a simple experiment, but if you transfer this experiment to human beings, it is really, really important. We have a new dimension that we can foresee beyond the boundaries. When we try to find a reason and an explanation for some diseases, or especially cancer disease, and as an example, we have a painting painted by Salvador Dali, which title is "My Mother, My Mother, My Mother," and you can repeat the word, the sentence over and over again. And we don't see the organism itself, the cells working in a physiological manner, but the body, what the organism represents, totally warped, crooked, and distorted, deformed by the mother's words. So it gets even more interesting if you try to put the whole thing together, and it gives the cause of the cancer, for example, as an example, and which determines the way it works, the function. So we can come to the conclusion now that we have the framework, we have something that is not exposable to be attacked by ignorant people, people who are not ready and prepared to evolve, develop, and accept new ideas. So that's the point, so that's the proof that all the psychologists, real psychologists, have searched for a long time. And Lacan had the ability to perceive that that experiment achieved by the Russian physician was not applied to an animal, in that case a dog. So we have to pay attention to this, and we have to consider the experiment as the beginning of the whole thing, and the proof that psychoanalysis totally was dedicated to metaphysics, and it's actually it is a little bit more than that if you have the third eye. So that is the crux. A experiência realizada pelo médico russo Ivan Pavlov, no começo do século passado, é a prova de que os psicanalistas estavam procurando, no campo da psicossomática, a experiência realizada na qual o toque de uma campainha pode ser associada à carne e fazer o cão salivar, foi a experiência que realmente provou que a psicologia, a psicanálise profunda é algo mais do que abstrato. Eu acho que é o momento de focar e reler esses livros e perceber que Lacan realmente estabeleceu uma conexão, uma divisão entre o que é organismo e o que é corpo, e como o corpo, totalmente abstrato e psicológico, pode interferir no organismo diretamente, e sempre como um baluarte, não, um framework, não, um ponto imutável, não, dessas teorias todas, de que a palavra realmente pode ser considerada como a causa principal, se não a causa única do câncer. Desse ponto em diante, a teoria, os postulados, enfim, ficam irrefutáveis. É realmente fascinante.